Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Alright, as you can see, Rayquaza is an absolute powerhouse. Today we're diving deep into every detail from its base stats all the way to advanced strategies so we can turn your Rayquaza into a real destruction machine. In this video, we'll be going 100% all in on the ultimate Rayquaza build from A to Z to make sure you dominate in every single game mode. But here's the deal. To unleash the strongest Rayquaza possible, we've got to prep carefully. Since this is a full-on deep dive, we'll cover everything: nature, EVs, and a detailed moveset breakdown. So yeah, the video is going to be a bit long, but totally worth it. Grab a pen and paper or just hit that save button so you can come back to it later. Let's jump right in. First, let me show you how to download the game. You'll need to grab the X7 game app first. I've dropped the download link in the description and comments. Once you've got the app, open it up and head over to the My section to log into your account. Use your Gmail to sign in. X7 Game will send you a code via email. Just copy that code, paste it back in, and boom, you're logged in. After logging in, tap on Game, then go to the search bar and type Pokémon Monster Adventure. Once it pops up, just hit Get or Download to start downloading. Finally install it, and you're ready to jump into the game. Alright, to build a true legend, we've got to start with the basics. Rayquaza's position and stats in the current meta of Pokémon Monster Adventure. When it comes to role, Rayquaza isn't a tank, it's a pure damage dealer, also known as a powerful late-game sweeper. Just look at its base stats. You'll see it has some of the highest attack and speed in the entire game. Thanks to these insane stats, Rayquaza can flex between physical or special builds, and most importantly, it almost always outspeeds opponents to land the first hit. But remember, its defensive stats aren't exactly top tier. That's why building it properly is crucial. Otherwise, it risks getting one-shot by a critical hit. That's why optimizing your Rayquaza build is the key to crushing tough challenges and climbing PvP ranks at lightning speed. But what truly makes Rayquaza a monster is the special mechanics it brings to the table. First, we've got to talk about Mega Rayquaza. In this game, there's even a level 2 Mega Rayquaza, making it one of the hardest hitting Pokemon available. Along with that comes its signature ability, Airlock. This ability not only cancels out annoying weather effects, but also protects your flying-type teammates. Or, with air pressure, it forces opponents to burn through their PP much faster, eventually locking them out of moves. This creates a huge tactical advantage that no other Pokemon can match. Now that we've broken down Rayquaza's destructive potential, it's time for the most important part: choosing the right nature to maximize its power. Now it's time to decide Rayquaza's soul, its nature. Picking the wrong nature can cut its power by 10%, and in PvP, that 10% can easily be the difference between victory and defeat. Luckily, Rayquaza is flexible, so we've got 3 main options. Option 1, Adamant Physical Build. If you want your Rayquaza to be a pure physical powerhouse with moves like Dragon Ascent or Extreme Speed, Adamant is the golden choice. It boosts ATK by 10% but lowers SP by ATK. This is by far the most popular option. Option 2, Modest Special Build. If you want to shake things up and run powerful special moves like Draco Meteor, go with Modest. It boosts SP ATK by 10% while lowering ATK. Option 3, Speed Oriented, Jolly Timid. Finally, if your meta is filled with fast Pokemon and you need Rayquaza to strike first no matter what, consider Jolly plus Speed, STK, or Timid, Speed, ATK. Speed is king, but you'll sacrifice a bit of raw damage. Recommendation: for about 80% of players, Adamant is the way to go. Since Rayquaza often runs Dragon Dance to self-buff, Adamant lets you maximize the impact of those physical attacks. Now that we've locked in the nature, let's move on to EV distribution. This part is simple but super important. Because Rayquaza is a sweeper, we use the classic formula, 252, 252/4. That means 252 points into attack, or SP.ATK, depending on your chosen nature, 252 points into speed, and the last 4 points into HP for a tiny bit more bulk. The rule is crystal clear: max attack to guarantee those one-shots, and max speed so Rayquaza never gets outpaced and punished first. If you skip max speed, threats like Zekrom or Mega Mewtwo Y could outspeed you, and that's game over. And here it is, the heart of Rayquaza's build, the moveset. A proper moveset takes Rayquaza from strong to absolutely unstoppable. For the physical sweeper playstyle, we've got a perfect set of 4 moves, and I'll break down how to use each one. Move 1, Destruction Ray, or Rage of Dragon. This is your heavy nuke. Destruction Ray is a normal type move with insane power, base 50. The drawback is that you can't attack the next turn, so only use it when you're confident you'll land the KO. Alternatively, you can go for Rage of Dragon. It scales off 120 power, locks you into attacking for 2 to 3 turns, but since it gets stabbed, the damage output is ridiculous. Move 2, Quick Attack. Your emergency button. This move has +2 priority, meaning Rayquaza will always strike first regardless of speed. It's clutch for finishing off low HP opponents or out-prioritizing slower priority moves. Move 3, Dragon Dance. This is Rayquaza's signature setup move. Every use boosts both ATK and speed by 1 stage. The strategy here is to look for safe windows, like when your opponent is switching Pokémon, using a weak move, or locked into something ineffective. Once you get 1 or 2 Dragon Dances off, your Rayquaza transforms into a full-blown nightmare. Move 4, Earthquake, Flex Slot. Finally, coverage. Rayquaza often struggles against steel and rock types that resist its main attacks. Earthquake wipes them out cleanly, ensuring nothing stands in the way of your Rayquaza sweeping the enemy team. After the moveset, it's time to lock in the final piece of the build, the Held item. This choice will determine whether your Rayquaza becomes a fast lethal assassin or a more durable team cleaner. Core item, Life Orb. My number 1 pick is the Life Orb. It boosts all of Rayquaza's moves by 30% at the cost of 10% HP each time you attack. Risky? Sure, but as a sweeper, Rayquaza needs that extra firepower to secure quick KOs. For maximizing damage, Life Orb is simply unmatched. Alternative options. Choice Band. Great if you want massive ATK boosts, but remember, you'll be locked into using only 1 move. Focus Sash. Perfect for surviving a single fatal hit when you're at full HP, giving Rayquaza 1 more chance to turn the tables. At the end of the day, it depends on your playstyle and team comp. But if you want the absolute strongest Rayquaza possible, Life Orb is the way to go. Alright, we've got the full build locked in. Now let's dive into the advanced strategies that will turn your Rayquaza into the ultimate weapon. First, to unlock Rayquaza's full potential, we need to talk about individual values, IVs. If EVs are about focus, then IVs are the natural talent of a Pokémon. You should aim for perfect IVs, 31 in HP, attack or special attack depending on your build, and speed. Even a single point of IV can make a big difference in the final stats at higher levels. Alongside IV optimization, don't forget about Star Up and leveling. In Pokémon Monster Adventure, Star Up not only boosts base stats, but also unlocks critical bonuses that keep your Rayquaza statistically ahead of the competition. Next, let's talk about how to actually use Rayquaza in battle. This is not a Pokémon you want to throw in at the start. Instead, Rayquaza is a late-game sweeper, the ultimate finisher. The optimal strategy is to lead with your tankers or supports to chip away at threats and eliminate direct counters, like ice types and fairy types. Once the field is clear, that's when you unleash Rayquaza. And here's the key. Try to set up with Dragon Dance right away if possible. If you manage to stack it twice, Rayquaza's attack and speed hit terrifying levels, allowing it to wipe out 4 to 5 of your opponent's remaining Pokémon in one sweep. Finally, let's cover team support. Even though Rayquaza is insanely strong, it does have weaknesses, most notably Ice and Fairy. That's why you'll want tankers or supports who can cover those matchups. Great partners include a steel bug Pokemon like Scizor or a steel poison like Heatran, both of which soak up ice and fairy damage with ease. Another key teammate is a cleric like Chansey or Blissey, who can heal off status conditions like burn or restore HP lost from Life Orb recoil. In short, build a team that gives Rayquaza the space to safely set up Dragon Dance, and once it's ready, it'll sweep through the enemy team like a storm. And that's everything you need to know about advanced upgrades and battle strategies. And that's it. We've gone through the entire process of building the ultimate Rayquaza, from nature, EVs, and moveset, all the way to team strategies. Now you've got the perfect blueprint for your Rayquaza. I've tested this formula across hundreds of battles in similar Pokemon games, and trust me, it works. Finally, don't forget to drop a like and hit that subscribe button if this video was helpful. And let me know in the comments which Pokemon you'd like me to cover next. Good luck climbing the ranks, and I'll see you in the next video.